was wondering if you could say something about this sutta, if you had anything to say about it. It's about Paticca Samuppada, just a short verse. Samyutta Nikaya 12:41. It says, and which is the noble method, which is properly seen by him, the noble disciple, properly penetrated with understanding. Here, householder, a noble disciple attends properly from the origin to this very dependent origination. When there is this, there is this. When there isn't this, there isn't this. When this arises, this arises. When this ceases, this ceases. And that's that noble method.
Noble method is noble understanding, noble discernment. So as the Buddha said, what method is there? It's the one where he properly attends. So you can't do Paticca Samuppada. You can either see it or not see it. And usually Paticca Samuppada is translated as dependent origination. And I suppose as a translation it's fine. But the problem is it carries on a view of an explanatory nature. So it's like cause and effect. That's how people regard Paticca Samuppada. Oh, this is the cause, this is the result, this is the new cause, this is the new result. But it isn't the way the Buddha described it. It's a principle whereby while this is present, this is also the result of it. So it's a simultaneous presence. So with the presence of feeling, there is presence of craving in regard to that present feeling. It's not your craving is the result of your feeling. They're simultaneously present to the same extent. Not knowing how to attend that, not seeing a necessary condition that presently endures within your enduring craving, that's how you crave. So, Paticca Samuppada, it's not an explanation of what happens to you. It's a direct insight of how to uproot things that happen to you. Liability to craving, greed, aversion, delusion, all these things. So that's why it's a noble method of overcoming suffering. But that's what we said. How do you do it? You noble disciple means you need to have a right view, and you do it by properly attending. So you are caught up in craving. You catch yourself full of desire for whatever, sense experience or desire to get rid of something. What is the necessary basis for that desire? Can you have desire without having craving? Can you, I desire such and such things without craving those things? Can you have that? It's impossible. So then, any form of desire, doesn't matter the specifics of your desire, requires presently enduring craving, attitude of craving. And you can stop there. Now you can say, okay, so my desire is rooted in my craving. You're not basically overcoming it. You might have acknowledged it, which is a good first step, but that won't overcome it. So then the Buddha said you attend further. What is another necessary basis within craving? Necessary basis for craving?
Feeling.
Exactly. So you must be feeling either pleasant, must be feeling either unpleasant, or must be feeling either neither pleasant or unpleasant. So you started with, I want this so much that, I'm about to do unwholesome things just to get it. You don't do it, you practice sense restraint, but the desire is still there. Through that desire, you discern the necessity of presently enduring craving, which is basically the container of that desire. Now, through that presently enduring craving, you discern a necessary basis of presently enduring feeling, which is a container for your craving. And then you start dwelling, attending properly to the nature of that present feeling. Have you created it? No. Did you have said it? No. You're subjected to it. So it's not yours even if you want to make it yours. You're only basically maintaining it as yours through not seeing it that it isn't yours, and through giving in habitually towards the desire that's already contained within the attitude of craving. So through giving into the desire, you maintain ignoring the nature of the feeling, which is that it can't be yours. Because if you stop ignoring it, you see that it can't be yours, craving disappears. and disappears by being included within the arisen feeling, not by you choosing to like pick it and remove it.
So then when the craving disappears,
Mm.
are you talking about that's the right view then?
Well, all of this, like, if somebody has the right view already, all of this would be just further development of that right view. But even if you don't have the right view, training yourself how to discern craving within the desire, how to discern feeling within craving, not before or after, not as a result, psychologization or explanation, oh I crave because I have, no. While you crave, you discern present enduring feeling. So while you crave, you feel, and it's the craving in regard to feeling. You cannot have craving second longer if the feeling disappears.
But you can have feeling.
Well, you can have feeling without craving, but the only way to understand that is through abandoning the craving. Not like finding out how to not crave on top of your craving. So the only way to understand how you can have feeling without craving is to first, through craving, you discern the necessary basis of feeling, and then abandon craving by fully understanding that necessary basis. That's exactly Paticcasamuppada, nothing else. With this as a necessary basis, this is enduring, engaging me, making me act, making me feel, all of these things. So that's why there's so many different variations of Paticcasamuppada in the suttas. 16 factors, 12 factors, 8 factors sometimes. Some omitted, some included, some added. Because they are the principle of discerning the necessary basis for another simultaneously enduring phenomenon. It's not an explanation. It's not like a linear sort of set of visualizations you have to go through in order to practice it. None of that. It's discerning. What is my present situation? Is there a sense desire in me? No. Is there absence of sense desire in me? Yes. What is the present feeling on account of that? Is there any desire towards that feeling? So now I have a peaceful feeling, neutral feeling. Do I have desire to sort of want that feeling more? In which case, well, it's not anymore neutral, it's unpleasant now.
And in regard to the body, seeing the body and external objects.
Yeah. Can you even fathom? Can you even think, imagine in utter complete abstraction an external object without the necessary basis of your body? Impossible.
So seeing those two.
Well, seeing basically the right order of things, seeing this within this, not this within that. And that's the difference in Paticcasamuppada. Like when not seen, then yeah, your feelings are a result of your craving, because that's how you assume them. They're not, but you don't know that they're not, and because of that, the only reality you know is the reality that yeah, you are craving and all this. That's why it's like a vicious circle. Until you understand that your craving cannot make a difference to the nature of being subjected to the feeling, and that your craving can never step outside of the feeling. It requires feeling as a necessary container for it to endure, for it to manifest. So you don't want to be reflecting upon Paticcasamuppada like on random things, because it's already subtle enough to be understood. You're going to just make it more abstract. So you want to find practical side of it. Practical is feeling freedom from it, as in freedom from craving in regard to it, which is freedom from suffering. Because one who sees the Dhamma sees Paticcasamuppada, one who sees Paticcasamuppada sees the Dhamma. So literally the entire Dhamma is in that principle. And why is that principle so important, so profound? Because if you see that your presently enduring desire fully embedded in the attitude of your craving for this to not be, craving for this to be, if you see all of that experience in its entirety as fully contained, fully determined, formed, the sankhara, by the presently enduring feeling that you've been subjected to, you haven't created it, you realize the utmost of your desires and cravings and wills, it's actually rooted in something else, not you, and thus cannot be yours even if you engage with it. But by not dwelling on that long enough, you do develop the notion of I am, my own possessions, my own feelings, my own cravings, my own desires, and everything else is the result of that. but it's the other way around. So you want to start including it in a bigger context. Context that, yeah, your mind might be feverish with the desire for this particular object. Peripheral to that is the necessity of the attitude of craving. Can you have desire without craving for what you desire? No. So you realize, okay, so whenever there is a desire, I know craving is there. I don't need to see it written on the wall, craving. No, I know. Desire is present means craving is here. Desire is a symptom of the attitude of craving. Once you become familiar with that, you take it a step further, but the same principle. And that's what we meant. You learn how to attend properly. So instead of attending at what craving is pushing you towards, you attend at the necessary basis for the push of the craving. That yoniso manasikara, you attend to the boom, to the back, to the origin of this attitude that I have, that I'm not denying, but I'm not engaging with it either. That's where sense restraint comes first, then you get to understand, and then you just get to be drilling the same understanding through the same way of properly attending.
And that's the noble method.
That's the noble method, exactly. As concise as you can explain it.